What is up, everybody? Sean the D-Man here, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are having yourselves a great time. We are back with another Nerd Talk episode and with another brand new guest. So, real quick, I will shift it over to our guest and let them introduce themselves. Good.
Hello, my name is Ebby, Ebby Island or Ebby's Island on many platforms. My focus is definitely cosplay. I have been doing it for roughly about 4 years. Seriously. One of my first cosplays being actually Makima from Chainsaw Man way back when only the manga was out. But before that, I did a lot of anime YouTube, AniTube, Pokemon TCG content as well. And then, yeah, from there, I just kind of like branched into the cosplay community because I found a very good home there. Everyone's very welcoming, and it's a very good creative output for people who are just creative and want to get their hands dirty and be nerds with other people. I love it. But yeah, thank you so much for having me.
All right. Let's start with this. So you've been cosplaying for about 4 years, right? Um, what got you into it, and then what was the first cosplay that you did?
Yeah, so ah man, honestly, I can't fully think about what specifically got me into it. I think at the time it was right before lockdown for the C word. So so I think around that time I was also full-time making content on YouTube and Twitch at the time. So I just saw a lot of people doing a lot of cosplay content, and it kind of just inspired me to try it one day. So I bought a really, really bad Makima wig. It was terrible, and then I actually thrifted the whole suit that she wears in the anime and manga. So that was like the very first time that I ever tried. It was just a way to make more content type of thing, try to branch a little bit out of the anime and manga community because at that time it was very oversaturated and there's only so much growth you could have in that community. Unfortunately, I think it's an amazing community, but I feel like there's a little bit of a cap with that community versus cosplay. Just because you can reach so many people with cosplay, and there's so much different types of cosplay too. You can do gaming, you can do like Marvel, DC, there TV shows, movies, stuff like that. There's so much to it.
Okay. Yeah, I remember growing up because I talked about this with another guest the other day, and we were talking about how anime wise, it used to not be as popular as it is now with the general audience. Like
Yeah.
it used to just be a basically if you liked anime, you were definitely a nerd and that kind of stuff, which was fine. Like I liked some anime. I wasn't like a huge advocate of anime or anything like that. Like, but I grew up
Mm.
with like Inuyasha, Yu Yu Hakusho, Gundam, just like that kind of stuff.
Okay,
Growing up as
okay.
a kid. Um, so what is your favorite kind of anime that you particularly like to watch?
Yeah, it's funny that you actually mentioned that because those are kind of the shows, and I always tell people this. I grew up saying that I didn't watch anime. I watched Saturday morning cartoons, and those are kind of some of the shows that like were part of that, right? I didn't even know what
Yep.
anime was when I started watching it. I thought it was just a cartoon. I didn't even know it came from Japan when I was a kid, you know?
Yep.
But yeah, I'd say like my background definitely starts actually with like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. Those were my two first loves way back in the day. And then of course like there was just random stuff thrown out there on WB Kids like Chaotic,
Oh
which is
yeah.
such a throwback.
Yep.
Chaotic. I'm trying to think of what else that they had. Kirby Right Back at Ya. That was a big one I grew up on. But yeah, like same thing. Did you actually have a anime club back in high school and college and stuff like that?
No, so we did not
No?
have that, but the library that we have here, I believe it was maybe every Monday night. They had a teen zone, and so the teenagers that
Oh.
I went to high school with. Maybe some others. No, it would have been primarily the ones around my area, but they would have a teen zone. Like you could go up there. Sometimes you could go there after school. They're open like from 4 to 8 or something like that, and you could go up there. You could hang out, and a lot of people read like manga and just hung out, played Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh,
Oh, that's so
and
cool.
so it was pretty much like a nice little hangout spot for all those. Because some of them parents probably got off work late and they just needed a
Mm.
place to go. So that's kind of what we had in regards to that. And then we had a comic book shop called Dragon Quills in downtown that basically did the same
Mm.
thing. Like people could go over there, they could hang out, play Dungeons and Dragons if they wanted to, read comic books. Just a
What? Oh,
yeah,
that's
just a
so
place for people to hang
sweet.
out.
It was funny because I had a conversation with a friend recently where we both had anime groups or anime clubs growing up, and we were anime fans. But the anime clubs in high school, they were like the stereotypical, like, weird weeb type of
Oh,
thing, and, like, we were, like, secret closeted anime fans and stuff like that. We went to the club once and we were like, "Oh, this is a lot." But I'm glad people are way more accepting of anime nowadays and just nerd culture in general. That's more welcoming. There's more card shops, there's more comic shops and stuff like that. And it's a such a different culture now. And I
yeah,
feel like, lockdown was a huge part of that.
yeah, yeah. It was because there wasn't. I would probably say the lockdowns probably had a really like a huge boost to the cosplay community because obviously
Mhm,
by the time I got onto TikTok, which was probably around the lockdown, early part of the lockdown, my like for you pages, everything was like consistently showing like cosplayers showing some type of cosplay content, and so it. And not only that, a lot of the guests I've had on, some of them started because of the lockdowns, and so that
yep.
kind of helped them get it. Yep, it kind of helped them get involved in it. So it I'm happy for. 'Em. I'm glad. Like everybody should have like their own. What makes you happy makes you happy. So I'm
Mhm,
happy for everybody. For like, I think talking as many cosplayers as I have, like each one is always like so different too. So because this is like maybe episode 85 ish of
ooh,
doing these, and so each one has been very interesting to talk to. For you, because I usually ask this question, um, how many cons do you typically go to each year? Most of I talk to, or it's either
ooh.
like three, maybe four, maybe five. Most times it just depends on uh, the cons around their area.
Yeah, I would say at a very, very minimum, it's probably 4 or 5 because there are a
Oh,
lot here. I'm in Houston, so
oh, okay.
so if it's not a con in Houston, it's a con in San Antonio or Austin or Fort. Like there's a Anime Frontier happening right now in Fort Worth, and usually I go to that one, but funny enough, I I hate the cold, so I didn't wanna go to a con while it's cold and rainy, and now
Yep.
it's 70 degrees here in Houston, so I'm
Oh my
like, I
goodness.
missed on an actual good weekend to go to the con. But I would say, yeah, that's roughly about it. Also depends on whether or not I'm working a con that year or if I'm just going to go to a con. Because more likely, I will definitely make it to a con if I could work it or work with somebody. And that's also debating if you're including like events, mini
Mm.
festivals, stuff like that.
Oh.
Because if it's a free event, I'm more likely to go to it to support fans or not fans, friends and stuff like that. But I don't know if I would include that as like the amount of cons that I
Right.
would go to.
Right.
Yes. What about
Uh,
you?
not that many.
What? Why
No,
not?
I don't go to that many. I so you mainly because of like my work schedule and obviously
Mm,
the YouTube channels and stuff like that. I usually the times I do have free are typically I'm doing some kind of content creating during that time. However, there are a few cons around me because I live in Alabama, so I have a few.
Oh yeah, Dragon
So
Con's out there.
yep,
That's a
Dragon Con
huge
is about
one, right? Or no,
2
that's
out.
Arkansas. Sorry.
Atlanta.
Oh, oh, okay. Oh, I'm wait. I was like, it starts with an A, right? That's the same
Right,
thing.
right. Yeah, it's Atlanta, Georgia is Dragon Con. I didn't go last year, but I've been to 2 previous years. More likely going again this year.
Mhm.
But that is one. That is one. And then there's one this upcoming weekend. Uh they call it AWA. It's like anime.
Oh,
Oh, I forgot what it's called. She was just telling, like, I had somebody on the other day who was just telling me about it that she's going. I can't remember the name of it, but it's in Atlanta also, so that's another one. And then for me, I have like two. I have Irons. Well, there's more, but the main two I know about is Iron City Comic Con, which is about 40 minutes from me.
I heard
Uh,
about that one too. I heard that one's
that was fun.
fun.
I like it.
Mhm.
It's more convenient than driving to Atlanta, but
Yeah.
and then the other one is the Huntsville Pop and Culture Expo. That one is about 2 hours from me. Um, that was I was just looking at it the other day because they already announced their guests for this upcoming year because it's in April. I think it's like the 16th, 17th. I think it is. It's like a Saturday Sunday kind of deal. But I know they
Mhm.
have like. Do you ever watch Smallville?
Yeah. Oh my. You opened up this like repressed memory of Smallville. Oh my god.
Really?
I grew up my dad is a huge Superman fan. Huge. So yeah, every single season up until probably like the last two where they moved into the city. But like
Mm-hmm.
early seasons, yeah. Definitely.
Because I was looking at it because both Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum are coming to uh Hunt yeah,
What?
Huntsville Pop and Culture Expo.
Oh, that's so cool. Man, I wonder what he's up to now. I don't really see his name anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, because I was looking at it the other day because they have been recently, at least I've seen on Instagram, they have been like consistently updating who's all coming. So I've been like looking at it, keeping track. But like I'm very excited because like obviously Tom Welling, Michael Rosenbaum, I love them.
Yeah.
LeVar Burton's in Star Trek. Will Wheaton's in Star Trek. You've got who else was it? There was somebody else.
You know,
I
there's
mean,
one of those girls. Who'd she played the main love interest towards the end, so it's like one of the seasons I didn't watch. She actually became like a cult member.
oh,
Wait,
yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll talk about
it's
that one. That one we'll talk
okay.
about.
It's one of the blonde girls. I
Yeah.
forgot what her name was. I think it starts with an A, but I don't
There was
think
a
it's
girl. It was the woman who
Andrea.
played Chloe, and then the
Yes.
other girl who played. I think it was Lana Lang. I think
Wait,
that's
there's two
who.
of them?
What?
Two of
Yeah,
them?
there was two who were involved in that. Who were involved in it.
Oh, I thought it was just the one.
No. I thought there were two. But I'm very excited because they got Amy Jo Johnson, the original Peak Power Ranger. She's
Mhm.
gonna be there. And then the cast of Hasbro Hotel is gonna be there. And so yeah.
Oh, Erica would be so cool to
Oh,
meet.
Phil
I didn't
Lamar.
get to meet her last time when she came to WeebCon. I was so sad.
So yeah, so those are like the main two that I typically go to, and there's some other ones that are around, but because like this upcoming year, 2026, my plan is to go to MegaCon in Florida for the first time, and
Oh.
so very interested in that as well. So are what so are there any cons that you're interested in that you want to go to?
Oh, so funny enough, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, but I've never been
Oh.
to Anime STL, so I really want to go back and see my family and friends, of course, but also go to the con. Like, I always dreamed of going to that con, but I never made it out to it because timing, money, all that. I was young at the time too, and then I moved out to Houston, and now I'm like, man, I wanna go back. Like, kinda like put my foot on history, I guess. Like prove my younger self wrong. Like, yeah, you can go
Oh,
and you can like have this massive skill of
yeah.
cosplay creation and bring it back home. That I want to go back to Anime Expo next year, of course. One that I've always wanted to go to is in what was it? Hollow Mat, which is
Okay.
happening this weekend, I believe, or next weekend. Holiday Matsuri down in
Okay.
Florida. hmm
Okay.
That one's a big one. My maid cafe that I work for, they're actually down there, and they're working with a huge VTuber, massive VTuber, Mint. If you ever heard of Mint,
I think so. I
she
think.
used to be. Well, the rumor is she used to be Fuana from Hollow Live, and then she left Hollow Live, and then she made
Oh.
her own VTuber with her following and her money.
Hmm.
But yeah, they have a huge collab happening this weekend, which is cool. And then what else? I think the other one is Anime NYC. That's like the big
Oh,
one in
okay.
New
Yeah.
York. That would be cool. The convention center looks crazy for that one. Looks beautiful.
Yeah. What? So what? So what? What caused you to move from St. Louis to Houston?
So when I was in college at the time, I studied abroad in Tokyo. Well, not in the city of Tokyo, but outside of Tokyo in Machida area.
Hmm.
And after coming back, I was like, man, this is such a small dying city. Like all the Midwest is pretty much it's kind of like stagnant or they're starting
Yeah.
to decline in population right now,
Yeah.
and everyone's moving out to like bigger states and bigger cities. And I just kind of had that thought as well. I wanted to move somewhere one that was warm because I hate the cold. I absolutely cannot do the cold. One warm, and also I want to go somewhere that's very diverse. And
Mm,
Houston is on par with LA, I believe, if not more diverse as LA.
mm,
Which as soon as I moved here, I was like, oh yeah, like there's people from everywhere. There's like people who have just moved to Houston as well, kind of like me. Some people moving from different countries to Houston because it's such a growing city right now. There's
yeah.
so many big corporations moving out to Texas. So I wanted to move out here into a bigger city, but I didn't want to pick a city where the cost of living was insane.
Mm,
Because you can move to Austin and just like totally go broke, kind of like an LA type of thing where it's like I'm gonna make it, and then you realize how expensive it really is,
yeah.
even if like the pay is a little bit better out there. Cost of living is so high, so that's kind of why I picked Houston. But honestly, going to Austin the few times that I have, I'm so happy that I picked Houston, especially because the diversity. I love that part of Houston, and there's also a lot of cons. There's always a way to get your foot in the door here too. There's so many creatives out here in Houston, especially when it comes to the anime scene. Like Senpai Squad, if you've heard about them,
Mm,
they're from Houston. They're stationed out here. Weeb Stop is stationed out here as well. So there's a lot of like big names in the community out here.
okay.
Yes.
Was there like where were some other places you were looking to move before you settled on Houston?
It was mostly either Houston, Austin, possibly Dallas, but I feel like Dallas is kind of like the meme city of the three, where it's like everyone hates Dallas unless you're from Dallas. Everyone's like, "What? Why do you hate us?" That or California. It was one of the two. But again, like the cost of living in
Yeah.
California, even in the smaller cities, is so drastically higher than what I was used to in the little Midwest city that I'm used to.
Fair.
But yeah, but St. Louis is getting big now. They
Yeah.
officially are about to have their first revolving sushi restaurant, which
Oh.
is crazy.
Okay.
I know. I'm like, man, ever since I moved to Houston, I always end up living close to Akura, which is a revolving sushi bar. But yeah,
Well, it
highly
works
recommend
out
if you
then.
ever come out.
I've only been to Texas once, and that was Dallas about 5 or 6 years ago. I had a friend who was interning in
Mm,
Dallas for a
mhm.
company, and I went out there week with them, and uh, no, I did not like Texas traffic. It was
Oh, I mean, you're gonna deal with that everywhere in
well, yeah,
Texas.
yeah, well, yeah. Listen, I've dealt with Texas traffic, Florida traffic, and it's just but Dallas was nice. It was really nice. I went to a medieval times for the first time. Thought that
Oh,
was awesome.
awesome! That's so cool.
Um,
I just went to the one in Houston. I want to say like it was. Oh, it was Black Friday, so pretty
oh,
recently. Hmm.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you work at a maid cafe? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I work part with the maid cafe.
Oh, what is that like?
It's really interesting. It's one of those things where it has its up and downs,
Mm,
because it's so fun and it's so fulfilling, especially to like dance and perform and entertain people. But you're always gonna have that one table that just doesn't want to be there. like
oh yeah,
like either they got coerced by one person of the group and like the rest of the people are just like, what am I doing here? Or they happen to get tickets and they're like, I want to experience this, and they don't like it, you know?
yeah. Oh gosh, like yeah, it was kind of like you go to those places that do like stuff for your people's birthday, or they come out like singing and stuff like that. You're just kind of like,
Oh,
uh,
yes!
I'm
Like
just trying to eat
the
people.
spells, like the
Yeah,
love spells that you do on the food, and everyone's just like, okay.
just trying to eat, just trying to enjoy my meal here. So
It's like I haven't eaten in 5 hours. I
yep,
want to eat.
exactly.
I've had that. I've had people who literally just buy a ticket because they want to sit down because that specific con didn't have enough chairs or tables.
Mhm.
So they're like, I just want a place to sit. I will pay $5 to get in, and then y'all just don't talk to me. I'm like,
Yep,
okay,
exactly.
we don't have to talk to you. That's fine. Whatever makes you happy, whatever you enjoy. Have you ever been to Maid Cafe before?
Never. I
No.
have never. I
Oh my
don't
god.
think we have one around here. Not, at least to, not to my knowledge. We probably do, but it's just probably something that is not on my radar. But no, I have not.
I know you mentioned a con in Florida. I know a lot of the Florida cons do the maid cafes.
Oh,
So LA big on maid cafes with cons. Also Texas and I'd say Florida as well. They're very
yeah.
big with the maid cafes. So if you ever get a chance, sometimes they're free, you just pay for food. Sometimes they'll have like a smaller table fee or entry ticket fee,
Hmm.
which might be anywhere between like $5 up to 35 depending on what kind of con it is. Also if they have guests. So here in Dallas, or out in Dallas, one of my close maid cafe groups that I'm pretty close to. I'm not in, but I have a couple of maids that work for that cafe. They got to work with At Home, which is a big maid cafe name in Japan. Like they're the maid cafe. They put maid cafes on the board. They're the ones that make a lot of the songs and dances and stuff like that that you'll see for performances at maid cafes.
Okay.
They got to do a collab out at WeepCon in Dallas, which was really cool. I think the tickets were 35, but I mean if you're going out to At Home in
Hmm.
Japan, it's also about $30-$40. So it's on par with actually being able to see them in Japan. But it was really cool. They actually had their mics, they sang and danced and everything. It was a really cool experience.
What are the maid outfits like that you have to wear sometimes?
It depends. For Dreamland, that's the one that I work for.
Hmm.
They have just like the stereotypical maid outfit. Ours is pink and white.
Okay.
Every color is gonna vary depending on the maid cafe and stuff like that. Standard rule of thumb, you have to have it like an apron, a little. I forgot what the maid thingies are called for your hair,
Oh,
but the little frillies in the hair. Stockings, usually white or white knee highs. For the shoes, it's usually like those Mary Janes, or you can do like
hmm.
white tennis shoes because you're gonna be dancing and walking all day. It's
Yeah.
it's tiring. It's probably like the biggest workout that I get every year working a maid cafe. Because there was one that I did where my um one of my maids, she had to dance 7 times in
Oh
one day.
gosh.
And I think the next day it was Sunday, so it was a little bit less. I think it was 5 or 6 times. But, you know, each
Uh,
one of those dances is a minute and a half. It doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're just dancing about every hour on the dot, and then it's a minute and a half, plus you have to, like, serve and entertain, it's a lot. It's a lot to do.
that sounds like a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also, like, very overstimulating sometimes, but I think it's so worth it. It's so much fun. And the people who are really into it, they're, like, really into it. They love it, you know? You can really make someone's day.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool to hear.
Yeah.
Um, so like I know you mentioned you like Pokemon. So what's your ideal 6 Pokemon team?
Oh, okay. Uh, cheesy, but my favorite Pokemon is Sylveon, the evolution.
Yeah.
Um, mainly though, mainly because I love the way that they used an evolution. Because I already loved evolutions, but I loved how they used Sylveon to tease a new type that
Mm-hmm.
totally changed the whole archetype. So Sylveon, Swampert is my like second
Oh,
favorite.
okay. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I recently did this for a friend too because he was trying to make a whole like a figure because he's a figure collector, so he was trying to like
Okay.
take a whole photo for me. So I just did this and I already forgot what I told him. Flygon.
Oh, that's a good one.
So that's 3. Lucario would
That's
probably
a
up
good one.
there as well. I'm trying to make this team diverse. Score Bunny. I love Score Bunny. And then what's my last one? Legendaries or no?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Oh. Okay, I need like a darker psychic. Darkrai. I love Darkrai. I'm a huge Gen 3 and 4 fan, if you can tell.
Yeah. I, I remember watching Pokemon as a kid, and it was wow, what was it? Maybe it was Sinnoh. It was a Sinnoh League, and Ash was versus that one trainer who had the Dark Ride that was like one shotting
Oh,
everybody,
bro,
and I
that
was just
was
kind of
so
like,
stupid. Why did they do that?
I was like,
And then
what is?
they trolled everyone so good with that because after I think it was Pikachu beat nerding out for a sec. After Pikachu beat Darkrai, do you remember what his next Pokemon was?
It was either Latios or
It
Latias.
was a Latios!
Mm.
Everyone was like, what the heck? Like, he had another legendary on top of that. It's like, how did they do it? And they never really went into depth as to like how this man had
Yeah,
legendaries or anything
yeah.
like that.
That was only the
Oh
two
my
that we saw
gosh.
of his 6.
Mm-hmm.
That was so I was just kind of like, bro, this junk is wild because Ash probably would have won the Sinnoh League if it wasn't for that guy. And so I was like, come on, man, this is like I think like leading up to that point, all the Tobias was his name, I think it was, and so
Yeah, yeah.
all he used was the Dark Ride. He was
Mm-hmm.
just one KOing everybody, and like this is nuts. Um, that's a good team though. I like it. I think Charizard is always my favorite,
Yeah,
always,
yeah.
and so I can't have a team without him. Um, I think Charizard. I think Aggron is very cool.
Ooh. I think that line is really cool.
Oh yeah, I love that line. Flygon also. I love Flygon.
Yeah.
Um,
Got 3.
Gardevoir,
Okay. Gardevoir is also a very
Lapras.
good one. Lapras. I got one more.
I'm trying to think who. I know I already have Flygon, but I would also add Rayquaza. I love Rayquaza.
Ah, okay, okay. I got you. I think Rayquaza was like one of the big ones that people really, really liked at the time,
Yeah.
especially because the movie was so good.
Oh yeah.
Destiny Deoxys, the voice actor, I think her name's Sandra or Sarah, something like that.
Mm.
The girl who plays Tracy. she's so sweet. She's always so nice, and she goes to a lot of the Houston cons.
Oh,
I went up to her one day, and I was like looking through her list because she has played like maybe 20 characters in Pokemon throughout time. And I pointed at like two characters. I was like, I always knew that Richie from like I think like Johto and then Tracy from that movie had the same voice actor, but I was too young to be like, how do I Google this? You know, at the time we didn't have that option, but
yeah.
like I just always knew in the back of my head, I was like, that's the same exact voice.
Oh, I love Pokemon. Oh man. Like, so I will be fair and I will be honest. Like, I did. I think it was probably after. It may have been like after Sinnoh or Unova, but I kind of like started to fall out of it with Pokemon and everything. But I did definitely check back in when Ash became a Pokemon master and all that. I was just like, had to. I gotta check back in. I've
Yeah,
been with
yeah,
him
for
since the
sure.
very beginning. I gotta be with it right here with him.
In the last
Yep,
episode, were they
yep,
in the fork in the road on the way back to Pallet Town? Oh my god.
yep.
So
Did
sad.
you ever watch? It was like a little short thing, but like, did you ever watch Pokemon Origins?
I did. I very vaguely remember it though, because it was a YouTube
Yeah,
series, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
love,
but
I,
they
I
actually
love that.
focused on the game characters, not
Yep,
just the anime. Okay, okay, yeah. Gotcha.
it was pretty cool. I liked it.
Yeah, I remember being very hyped when that came out because you finally got to see like Brendan, May, like the actual
Mm,
game May, some of the characters from Black and White too, and they don't get enough like love. I know in the
yeah,
manga they're very big because the manga follows them instead of Ash, but not a
yeah,
lot of people follow that. But yeah,
yeah.
what was your favorite game?
Um, oh, that's a good
Ooh,
question.
he's deep in thought.
Because let me see, I played red, blue, yellow, gold, crystal, silver, ruby, sapphire, emerald, fire red, leaf green. I think those are pretty much the main ones I've played. I would out of those, I would probably the Gen 3. So ruby, sapphire, Hoenn, ruby, sapphire, and emerald. Probably
Mhm.
those three are maybe my favorite. Like so the Pokemon in that era were just design wise were really really cool.
Yeah.
Like I loved Sceptile. Blaziken was cool. First time seeing Blaziken during the Johto League was
Oh.
was insane
I forgot
because
that they
like
did that
yeah,
actually. They did.
it was wild. And so I
Yeah.
remember watching it. The Johto League was probably another one where Ash probably could have won. But
And then the guy with the Blaziken won.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah, and
remember
so
that.
and then that guy lost the next match. So I
Oh,
was like,
okay,
oh,
okay.
but yeah, because I think that was just them hinting, next series of Pokemon that was about to come out anyways. But seeing Blaziken for the first time was cool. Swampert is cool. Rayquaza, Kyogre, Groudon, Salamence, Aggro. Like they have so
Mhm.
many cool Pokemon during this era. So it's like that's probably like one of my favorites.
Yeah, and I think that's when they introduced double battles too, which was
Yep.
really cool. I wish I got into VGC at that time because it was still very simple and easy to catch up on. But I think I was just too young. I didn't understand VGC at the time. But I wish if I had a wish, I could go back in time and actually start doing VGC when Pokemon was simple. That way I can like just keep on going and keep up on it rather just
Yeah.
like blindly going back into it, you know?
Yeah. Were you all into Pokemon Go?
Yes. Yeah. Everyone in my nearest park knew me by my first name. Like they knew my name. I had several guys that would be like, "Hey, can I have your number so that if I see a cool Pokemon, I'll text you." And I'll be like, "Yeah, I have my phone number." And then they'd be like, "By the way, do you want to go out?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I just want to play Pokemon Go." Like it's not like that. Yeah,
I
I loved it.
yeah, like it was so crazy because like you think back on it, like that brought a lot of people together, and like I
Oh yeah.
remember, uh, me and my best friend we were driving through downtown. We were going home from hanging or from eating somewhere, and like there's just hundreds of people out going around doing Pokemon Go, and we were driving. Like I had it up on my phone while he was driving, and so I was just looking out. So all right, let's see what we got around here, and I was just flipping through, and then like a Gengar pops up, and then like I start freaking out. It's like what? I said Gengar, because Gengar is his favorite Pokemon, and so we had
Ooh.
to park the car real quick so he can pull out his phone so he can try to catch the Gengar, and then as we're doing that, we saw like a crowd of people just run right past our car and everything. We're like, what, what's going on? What's going on? And so one of the guys was like, somebody called a Blastoise over here. We're like, what?
What?
So just like, so we took off over there too, and so it was wild how that game just brought everybody outside hanging
Oh my
out,
god,
and it was just
everyone left
crazy.
their cars. They're like, "Let's go!
Yeah.
Let's go get it!" I think I pulled over while driving once. I can't remember if it was for the Arcanine that I caught or for the Dragonite. But I remember I had it open and I was just looking to the side. I was like, "Oh my god!" And I pulled over at that time. And then the car behind me also pulled over, and I was like, "We both know. We both know what's going on."
I remember I remember like I was like just walking through downtown and like battling gyms and stuff like that, and I had just beat this gym, and I was like, okay, and I put my Pokemon there for like I think I was Team Mystic, I think I was, and so I put
Yeah.
my Pokemon there to represent us, and then I left. Maybe not even 10 or 15 minutes later, I look at my phone. That gym had already been beaten. I was like, "What? What is this?" And so, and did not only that, me and my best friend, we came across another like gym, and we didn't know it at the time, but it was like us in a car, and then there was another car there, and we're both battling at this gym, and then we stopped for a second. It was like, are we fighting this guy over here? Is this guy here doing the same thing as us? And so
Oh my god.
it was just like eventually we won, and he like pulled out and left. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. You better leave. This is our gym now. And so
Dang!
we were in it. Oh man, it was wild times.
Man, I remember people were so, like, personally angry about the game so much. It was so easy to make
Mm,
everybody mad. Uh, but sadly, what's it called? Niantic?
yeah.
They didn't take very good care of the
Oh yeah,
game,
no.
unfortunately.
No, they did not. And so I haven't played in a couple of years. Like it's still on my phone. I haven't booted it up in a couple of years.
Which, speaking of which, I saw that you watched the Game Awards.
Yes. Yeah, me
Yeah?
and my co-host Tiny Teresa. She hung out and we spent about the 3 hours watching the Game Awards. Overall I was pleased with it. I watched it the first time last year. This was her first time watching it, and then
Mhm.
I told her let's just stream it because I mean everybody else is going to be streaming it anyway. We could just do
Mhm.
that, and very happy that Claire Obscure won Game of the Year. It definitely it was the best game. There are a lot of people who are hating on it right now,
Mhm.
but those are just casual fans who didn't even bother to play the game when it first came out. So I don't pay attention to those peasants. Um, but there are a few games I am excited for, but I was also annoyed because it was one of them was Star Wars: Fate of the Old Republic.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but what's basically pissing everybody off is they announced the game last Thursday,
Mhm.
but as of right now, the game's not going to come out for 5 more years. And
What?
so, yep,
Wait!
yep,
Oh my god,
yep,
I hate that. I hate when they do that.
yep. That's why
Like,
everybody. That's why everybody was
what's the
pretty upset. Like people are
point?
excited for it because if you have you ever played the KOTOR games?
Mm-mm.
Oh, we're going to work on that. We're going to do something about that then. And
Alright,
so
alright, alright.
it is very beloved series of Star Wars games. Because these came out during the original Xbox years, so it's been a while, but people still love the
Mm.
games. But yeah, like I'm excited because the lead developer of those games, he's gonna be involved with it, so I do have high hopes. But it's just like, why are you telling me this now if the game's not gonna come out for 5 more years?
Right.
Um, because there's another Star Wars game, Star Wars Eclipse, that was announced in 2021 that's not set to come out, at least last I checked, was 2028. And so it's just
Wow,
like, why are
what?
y'all announcing these games so early? And it was just frustrating. But yeah, it was a pretty, other than that, it was a pretty good night of hanging out.
What
Three
about
hours long.
the what about the Pod Racer one? That one's coming out soon, right? That one looked really cool.
Oh, you see, Star Wars Galactic. I think, I don't know if they, let me see.
I
I don't know if
remember
they put a date on that one.
when I was younger, it wasn't my game, it was my bigger sister's game, but we had this Star Wars game where you had the little controller to the bots, those big bots
Oh yeah, yeah.
that with the long legs.
Oh yeah, the
That look like
yeah.
kind of like giraffes without the head. We had that little controller thingy, and it was just like that big, and it had like the red button, and you just go
Yep.
around and like. I remember I had so much fun playing that game as a kid.
Star Wars Galactic Racer. Okay, so that one's coming out in 2026, which is fine. I'm okay
Hmm.
with. There is another Star Wars game that's coming out 2026 that I'm excited for too. But like, I just like stop announcing these games so early. Like, what are we doing here, people?
Right, yeah.
It's just
That's
frustrating.
crazy. I didn't realize because a lot of them didn't have the dates at the end of the
Yeah,
trailers. I guess that's why, huh?
yeah. So, did you watch any of it?
I watched all of it. I've been watching the Game Awards for probably like 4 years now.
Oh yeah, that's
I
right. I saw you posted a story.
about Uma Musume.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah,
people were so mad that Uma Musume won.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, it was my fourth time watching. Honestly, I feel like this one was very lackluster compared to the other ones.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Probably because it was very predictable, first of all. But on top of that, I feel like the trailers, I don't know. I just wasn't really like super excited about anything this year. I
There
think
was
the
yeah. There were some interesting ones that me and Tiny laughed at. There was like, what was it? Coven of the Chicken Foot. And I
what?
was like,
I don't remember that one.
did you not see it? Okay, hold on, let me
Coven of the Chicken Foot.
we're gonna bring it up real quick. Yeah, that was a game
I
that was
got it.
announced. Let's see. So I can
Oh, okay, okay. I remember. You remember how what's his name? John Seeley, I believe, is the host. He was like,
mm-hmm.
this indie developer has been working on this game for over 10 years. Here's a
Oh
look.
yeah.
And then it ended up just being like this weird puzzle game, and everyone was
Yeah,
like, 10 years?
I
The
was like, what a minute.
fuck?
I saw that and I was just kind of like, oh, how did it take you 10 years to
10
do
years.
this? And so it's just kind of like, what do we, like, I also learned too, like, you had to, like, if you wanted to show a 3 minute game trailer, you had to pay $1 million to show it. And I was like, that's
What?
insane.
That's a
And
lot.
yeah, I know. It was just like, what? That's so crazy. But,
The viewership is so crazy for the Game Awards, though.
yeah,
'Cause it's
well,
worldwide.
it is, but it's probably more because like people are probably watching streamers watching it as well. So
Oh,
there's probably
yeah.
actually like more people who watch it. But it was just like, what are we doing? $1 million just to show a 3 minute trailer for a video game? That's wild.
Mhm.
But yeah, the actually I can't even say it. I just call it the horse game. So because that's
You're
the only thing I
good, you're
know it
good.
by. Because there's a VTuber I watch and she she plays it a good
Oh,
bit. But like,
oh, hi.
oh, well, that worked out. Interesting.
He's a dog, not a horse. Not to confuse anybody.
And so, but yeah, it was real fun. Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. I'm just happy like Claire won their game of the
Hmm.
year. I am interested in like a lot of the games that are coming out, but again, you gotta wait on a few. Like there was one, Warlock. It's kind of like it's inspired with Dungeons and Dragons
Hmm.
that I'm very interested in that I want to like see as well. So or play as well. So I'm very excited for that.
Did you watch the streamer awards as well?
I did not, but I heard plenty about it. To be quite honest, I don't really care about about streamers like that. A lot of them,
Yeah, I don't blame you. There's some of them are so young nowadays too. I'm just like,
yeah. There were
okay.
some that I do. Well, no, I really. There's only a few people that I actually watch. None of those. Like I love Queso. Uh,
Same. Huge
I
queso
will.
fan.
Yes, I will always watch his stream. He is. I love. Like I think the first time I came across him was it was like on TikTok. It was like random TikTok
Mm.
videos, but like it was just always like so funny. And then I started following him on Twitch. But like Queso's one. Um, obviously I follow like some of my friends who stream on Twitch as well. But who like there's a few VTubers that I follow. Not a whole lot, but just a few.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, like people like it just seems like those now I don't know where they all live, but I feel like if I had to guess, a large percentage of them are LA based, and so I don't really care for them.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So like like my issue with streamers or just certain people in general like this is when they they'll talk about they basically forget where they came from once they get this big
Oh,
all this
a
money coming in,
100%.
and I'm just kind of like, what do what
Or
you
they just plain never had responsibility in their life
yeah
because they blew up so young.
yeah
And, oh, you can just tell. There's some people that are still very humble, and they're very
oh yeah
aware, and they're very aware that they're lucky, and then there's some people that pop off at 17 or 18, and they just don't know what to do with themselves. They just know
yeah
how to be loud. And
yeah
I feel like a lot of them right now are like that. There's a few that, like, are very, very, like, well-spoken and, like, they they kinda just understand that any
yeah
moment they can be replaced. You know, like,
yeah.
realistically, like, a lot of the humble people are like Emeru and, like, I Should
Yeah,
Feed, of course, like,
I
I
did
didn't
not
know.
follow her at first.
Mhm.
I knew who she was. I knew who Emery was, but I really didn't follow her until the whole TwitchCon situation that had
Oh,
happened.
really?
And
She's
so,
the, more of a cosplay creator now. She
yeah,
still does, like, gaming and stuff like that, but she's huge on the cosplay side now.
yeah. Did she, because that whole thing, that whole TwitchCon situation, I did a video on it, and I was just like, that's crazy. But, like, she's fine.
Mhm.
I'm okay with her. Um, like, he gets a lot of hate, but I like Asmongold. I think he's all right.
I
I don't have,
so funny enough, I've been watching him a little bit more, but
oh,
only because I like his takes on, like, tea and drama. His political takes, I'm
that's fair.
like, I skip all the political
That's
tips.
fair.
Any
That's fair.
political videos he has, I'm like, I don't care. But like, I really like his takes on just like drama because he's very grounded. And he like tells, like, even if it's like a little aggressive, he just tells people what it is. Like,
Yeah.
this is stupid.
Kind
It's
of
stupid. Like,
like with the whole was it Emeru and Mizkif
oh
that was
yeah, yeah.
that whole situation, and gosh, I was like, what are we doing here? I let's see, Asmund goes fine. I'm fine with him. I don't really watch much of who is it, Senna and Bonnie that like they were like
Mhm,
roommates for Emeru. I don't really watch them all that much.
mhm.
Valkyrie, I'm on the fence with her. she seems fine, but some of her takes I don't like all that much. Uh, Pokemon do not really like her.
Mm.
Because it's mainly because the whole her getting mad at people because people didn't want to pay like $24 or $25 for her cookies or something like that. And I was just like, what are we
Yeah.
doing? Stop.
I will say I don't think she was like genuinely mad. She was
Yeah,
like more like trying to poke fun at people, but I get
yeah.
it.
I was just kind of like, but but yeah. I mean, most of them are fine, but like, it just seems like there's always like some kind of not Twitter, twist drama or something going on. I actually liked what was it Kai Consent. I did like his
Oh, Kaisenet.
yeah, Kai Consent.
Yeah.
I really liked his streamer university that he did. I thought that was really clever,
Mhm.
and very fun. Who else? Who is there? There's Extra Emily. I've seen some of her stuff.
She's fun. Her and
Uh,
Agent, I love. I love all the
oh,
memes that came out of them. They're so
oh
great.
yeah. People kept trying to like ship them and everything. I kept seeing like
Mhm.
uh TikToks of like them together, and people are in the comment section. You see the way he looked at her. You see the way she looked at him. And then there is don't really care for Hassan at all. Um,
Mm-mm.
and then there is there's somebody else. Oh man, I forgot his name. Oh, I don't like him, but like Nina Lynn.
Oh,
Uh, that
yeah.
yeah, don't really like.
Yeah.
I don't like main reason why I'm not a big fan of that particular person is just because like she tries to sound black and she's not black. I'm just kind of like, why are you doing the accent? What are we what are we
Yeah.
doing here? But
Yeah, it's not a good look at all.
no, no. But
You know who I've been getting into a lot more lately?
oh,
Disguised Toast. I just like the way he speaks, and he's very, very smart. He knows the algorithm, and he knows the recipe to blow somebody up.
mm,
So he's like the head of OTV, if you know who OTV is,
yeah.
that group. So he's like the main founder of OTV.
Oh, okay.
And he first got his start doing Hearthstone content way back in the day. And then eventually he just like, just like rode the waves of whatever is popping at the time. But I really like him because he gives really, really good advice. And he's not an obnoxious streamer. He talks very soft spoken,
Yeah.
which I feel like in a guy you don't see very often. So I really appreciate that and like that about him. And from people that I know that have met him, they've also said very similar things where he's just soft spoken and he knows what he's talking about. And if he
Yeah.
doesn't, he'll shut up. um, but yeah, that's the one I've been watching a little bit more lately.
Yeah, I think that's why I like streamers like that, or like streamers like Queso, people who are like they're just humble people. You can tell how humble they are. They don't
Hmm.
take their audience for granted or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, he like Queso be Queso just be dropping the most wildest things. But like I always love watching his clips of like somebody in the audience in the comments will say something. He's like, you know what, you're banned, and it's just like it's always like the most funniest moments that he does it.
Or he'll be like,
Uh,
chat, mod him.
oh
Mod
yeah,
that dude.
oh yeah, he did that the other week. I can't remember what he was playing, but like he was playing a game. It was like, chat, does anybody know the code? And I think somebody actually put the actual code,
Yeah.
and he like mod that guy right there. He's just I always love him. He's great. I just really love his videos too, especially when he plays horror games.
Mhm.
Those are like the best moments of his stuff is when he play horror games because he just like freaks out and stuff like that, and love it.
Yeah, his reactions are very top tier. And it proves that you don't have to stream for 12 hours to put on a good stream. Like he'll usually do like a 3 to 4 hour stream at very, very high
Yep,
energy, and it pays off, and you
it
can
does.
tell. And like the second he's done, he's like, "All right, bye," and then he just ends stream. I'm
Yeah.
like, I have like a 15-minute like closing where I'm like, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing next week. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, dang, okay. And then I raid people, and that takes another like 2 minutes.
Oh, another YouTuber, or not just YouTuber, but she also like streams on Twitch and it. I think Kick maybe, but another one I came across was what's her name? Blue something, like Blue
Hmm.
something. Let me see if I can find her real quick. I think she's pretty fun. She's pretty interesting. Where's she at? Do.
She does more of like gaming content.
No, no. She does more of those like 12, like those 12 hour-ish style of streams, but she does
Oh,
like
okay.
games, and she has like a very this is her, like a pretty fun audience that she has.
Oh, I've never seen her before. I love her setup though. It's so cool.
So
And I
she
was actually just thinking recently, I was like, I feel like I need to stand when I stream. Cause I feel
really,
like, yeah, I feel like I get more into it instead of just being stagnant in a chair. I feel like I would get more into the stream or into the game or into the conversation, you
hmm,
know?
yeah, that
That's
makes
just something I
sense.
noticed. When someone's like standing while they're streaming, they're more likely to use the whole area. You know what I
Hmm,
mean? Versus just being in that chair and being like, here I am.
that's
Here are my
fair.
hands.
That's fair. um, so before we get ready to wrap up, let us talk about some of your cosplays.
Yes.
So let's I got like everybody should be used to this now. I have your Instagram page pulled up, so we're just gonna go through some of your cosplays and tell us a little bit about them. Let's start with this one.
Yay! That was actually my old avatar for my old account that got banned. Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I made the Fern staff for Fern, and I was just so proud of it. I yeah, handmade it with PLA, painted it, did all that jazz. And I wanted to repurpose it for another cosplay, so I did a crossover between Espeon and Fern.
Hmm.
And I had this really cool idea because I wanted to do like a cloud background, but a lot of cosplayers they will set that foam, not foam, that like stuffing. They'll put it on a wall.
Hmm.
But I was like, hey, instead of doing that, the studio that we were using had a bed with white sheet. So I was like, why don't we put this filling on top of the bed and then put the LED lights under it so it looks like I'm floating in a cloud and kind of doing what all the other cosplayers do with the cloud background, but instead it actually looks like I'm laying in it. So yeah, we kind of like made that on a whim, and that's Ricardo. He's one of my closest friends. I adore that man. I work with him on a lot of shoots. He's like my borderline manager. He'd be like, "Hey, have you posted today?" I'm
Oh,
like,
some of
"No."
our previous guests also follow him too.
Yes, yeah, and he's located here in Houston, so he works with a lot of the Houston people over here. He's a pretty well-known cosplay photographer, mostly. I'd say that's like his cup of tea. But yeah, yes, that one was a lot of fun, and then I did a couple of other, shots with it, but out of all the sets and everything that we did that
Hmm.
day, that one was definitely my favorite. I had a couple people ask me, like, "How did you do that? How did you set it up to make it look like you're laying in the cloud?"
I think that was the first, like, because typically like, I'm scrolling through Instagram just looking to see who to invite and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure that was the first photo that I saw, and I was like, "Oh, this
Mhm.
looks interesting." And then I was like, "You know what? Yeah, we better
Ah.
reach out." So,
Aw, thank you.
all right.
Oh, Tifa. Funny enough, around the time I got that cosplay, I was getting into Magic too, and Magic just
Oh.
released the Final Fantasy set. So that one we shot pretty recently, and I was also with Ricardo again. But I got to, or he got to try different types of lighting stuff like
Hmm.
that. This was actually one of the more PG photos of that line because I'm still because I lost my account recently. I'm still a little bit like, oh, let's be a little bit careful with the content we post on Instagram and stuff like
Oh, was
that.
it? Oh, was the other one like more like PG-13 or something?
The other account,
Yeah.
it was there was more booty shots in it for
Oh,
sure.
okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think that was the reason why. It could have been. They didn't give me a reason.
Uh,
But I adore Tifa. I did her normal outfit and then that one as well from Mob Bunny. But yeah, this is always a lot of fun to shoot Tifa, and she's actually like a comfort cosplay too.
oh.
Hinata, we love her, girl. So for that one, we actually did a group cosplay for it with the three main girls, Sakura, Hinata, Tamari, and Tenten. So for that one, I pulled a group together and I was actually very nervous, but it was probably the best group shoot I've ever done. I will have to repost the actual group photos for that one because with my other account, those all got
Right.
erased. Still have the photos, but the photos came out so good. The mesh contacts actually aren't the worst. I was very surprised because they were mesh and they were also prescription, which sounds like an oxymoron, but yes, you can still see behind the mesh contacts. And then this right here in this corner is actually the Tamari fan that I made. It was one of the very first props I ever made. Never cosplayed Tamari, but I made the prop. But it folds out. It's, I want to say, about 4.5 feet high. It doesn't look that tall because it's way back there, but yeah, it's like probably 4 foot tall.
Oh.
So yeah,
Okay.
it's a big fan. I'm a big fan. Oh, Psylocke. So this was actually right after Marvel Rivals came out and right before all the Psylocke cosplays started coming out on like costumes and Mob Bunny and all that. So I kind of put my own together with a different like ninja-esque Mob Bunny outfit or moe flavor, I think this was. But Cosplay Sirens, he was very good at putting the set together. So he designed all that, he put it together. We picked the lighting, but he was actually a Psylocke fan. He does a lot of 18 plus content and stuff like that.
Okay.
But yeah, they're very easy to work with, super sweet. But
I have yet to play Marvel Rivals, honestly.
really?
Really, it's on my. I like. Listen, I have maybe at least 10 to 15 games that are backlogged that I need to get to, and so
That's me with
it's
anime.
see,
Yeah.
it's a tough one. We'll get there, but it's gonna be a tough one.
Do you like payload pushing type of games or no?
It depends. It very much depends. Like Star Trek Online, I'm okay with that.
Oh, I didn't know they had a mode like that. I thought it was just like capture the flag type of thing.
Oh no, it has like a full on like story missions and stuff like that you can do.
Oh, okay.
It's been oh man, it's been around for maybe 10 plus years at this point. I'm fine. I'm fine with that. I I think it depends for me. Like Call of Duty, something like that. No, I don't really care for anything like that. Like pay to win is kind of man to me. I don't really care about that unless it's just
Yeah.
something I am interested in. But what about you?
I was cripply addicted to Overwatch for a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
So I like those type of games. Same with Valorant. I'm sorry. Addicted to those games. I just have a very addictive personality when it comes to gaming. When I actually find a game that I like, so once I get into something, I really get into it. But yeah, that's why I asked because like some people don't like the payload type of thing. It's one of those types of things where like everybody has a role. So if one person doesn't do their role or do their part, the
Yeah.
whole team just kind of falls apart for the most part.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah. But for this one, I wanted to shoot Shinobu pretty much right after Infinity Castle came out because I was a restaked Demon Slayer fan, which I've always been a fan, but I was like, this is good. I forgot how good this is. So Ricardo also does a lot of Shibari art. So this is
Okay.
one of the sets that he did. This is his more simple type
Hmm.
of tie that he did with me. But yeah, I wanted to get a shot of her looking like she's a butterfly because one of her first introductions in the first season, she's flying down and you can
Hmm.
see the moon behind her and she looks like a butterfly and they animate it where she's like a butterfly turning into a human. So I kind of wanted to get a kind
Oh,
of cute shot somewhat similar to that where it looks like I'm floating down. But
that's
yeah,
actually pretty cool.
he's very easy to work with too. I appreciate that a lot. And one thing about photographers that I really look for is someone who's always asking like, "Are you okay with this? Are you
Mm,
comfortable?" Like every couple, like 5, 10 minutes, she'll be like, "Is this okay? Like, do you like this angle? Blah blah blah." Especially with shibari, some people can get very uncomfortable with shibari, but I kind of equate it to it as like someone playing with your hair, that type of
okay.
feeling. I don't know, it's
Okay.
just like a comforting type of thing.
So a question for you is, like to go back to, let me bring it back up, like with the Tifa one.
Mhm,
What is so like? I know you said you've been friends with this person for a long time.
mhm.
What is it? What is it like for you to like go to them and say, "Hey, I want to do these type of shots"? Like, I know there's has to be like a very much high level of trust with somebody to do shots like that. So, what was that
Yeah.
like for you venturing into something like that?
Honestly, funny enough, we've been shooting together for maybe like 3 years.
Oh, okay.
So before I even did cosplay shoots or like kind of like risque boudoir type of cosplay shoots, I did boudoir back in St. Louis. So I did like a
Hmm.
lot of lingerie and stuff like that. So when I came here, I wanted to focus more on cosplay. And then he also did boudoir on the side. Like he did a lot of like 18 plus content. He shoots a lot of OnlyFans models and stuff like that. So that was something that he kind of brought up, and I was like, let me think about it. I have done it before, but I want to
Hmm.
see if I feel comfortable. And then I feel like with everybody, they always find a work of art that they want to recreate, and a lot of times it like you have to use that type of boudoir, kind of intimate type of feel.
Hmm.
So I ended up sending it over to him, and he was like, "Bet, let's do it." Like he was just like, "Let's do it." But like you said, like it does take a little bit to get used to. I would say. I think over like maybe 2 or 3 shoots, that's when I finally got used to being like, okay, like I don't need a handler. I don't need Jordan coming out with me. I can come out by myself and do these shoots. I feel very comfortable with you. But when he's first working with people, he's very in tune to being like, hey, is this
Hmm.
okay? Do you want to do this angle? Do you want to do this type of shot? He'll have reference photos to reference to, which is really nice because, like, if a photographer is saying, like, I want you to be on your head, and you're just like, what do you mean? And he shows you a reference photo. It's like, oh, okay. Which I don't have that on my Instagram because I'm trying to re-upload everything to my Instagram. But I
Right.
did do a shoot where it was like I was laying backwards in a chair, um, or upside down in a chair. But yeah, it's one of those things where you definitely have to have trust with a photographer, and luckily, I feel like I have three that I trust a lot personally, both as like friends and photographers. But I can say that there have been instances where,
Hmm.
like, someone's not the best to work with, right?
Right. Right.
In every industry, it's like that, but
Yeah.
especially in photography, I feel like there are a lot of people who use photography kind of as, like, a mask or, like, an entryway to be like, "I wanna work with you," and then someone you never worked with before, and they end up being kinda weird and stuff
Hmm.
like that, but yeah,
Gotcha.
it
Gotcha.
happens, especially in the cosplay community. But if you're looking for someone comfortable to work with, another guy that I trust a lot. His name is Abe. He's here in Houston. This was the first time I did a collab with uh, Sophie, was it Sunflowers for Tofu? She did Fischl, and then I did Mona from Genshin. But this was actually such a weird location because it was just like this abandoned strip mall, and I was like,
Hmm.
where are we meeting up? There's no
Interesting.
signs, there's no restaurants to point out. But this specific area of like the strip mall was abandoned. They still had the fountain going. They
Huh.
still had like access to the balcony up there and everything. But it was really really cool. And that was my first time working with Abe as well. But yeah, sweet guy. Another guy that's like very in tune to making sure people feel comfortable when you talk to them or work with them.
Okay. Let me
But
see.
yeah. Also, Genshin cosplays are like the worst to wear. Any Hoyoverse cosplay, honestly. Also, another photographer that I'm very close to, but he's stationed out in LA, so I don't get to see him very often. But he hit me up one day, and he was like, "Hey, are you gonna be at Anime Expo?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm working with actually Dreamland Maid Cafe." So I flew out to work their maid cafe for Anime Expo, and he was like, "I have this idea. Do you want to do it? It's the Dodgers Ayaka Genshin
Hmm.
crossover." I was like, heck yeah, that'd be so cool. So there is a couple things missing. Like I don't have a bat. I was very iffy about bringing a bat to con, whether or not it was fake. I just
Right.
didn't feel like bringing a huge prop to LA with me. Um, and even he was like, "I can bring a bat," and I was like, "No, please don't bring a bat to the con. I do not want to get in trouble. I have to work that whole weekend. I don't want to get kicked out the first week." But that was my first time working with him after like just talking to him about anime and gaming and cosplay and all that for a while. But yeah, that was really 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 cool. That's like definitely one that's gonna stay in my memory bank for a while because
Oh.
Anime Expo was just such an experience. It was so cool. Yay! That's a photographer we don't talk about in the community anymore. One
Oh.
of the ones I was referencing that's like, yee! Sometimes they'll use a
Uh,
camera as like a mask. But I loved these shots so much, and I love Nikkei, where I was like, I can't just not use them. I've paid him for the photos. And
that's
funny
fair.
enough, this is one of those instances where I had reached out to people who had those bad what's it
Mm.
called bad
Okay.
run-ins with him, and
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, hey, like we're friends, what do you think about me still posting these photos? I paid for the shoots and everything. And they're like, yeah, just don't
Don't
tag
tag him.
him. His
Yeah,
account
don't
doesn't
tag.
even
Yeah.
exist anymore. He
Oh.
deleted it and everything. But they're like, yeah, like you paid for the photos, and like you made that content. Like I made that
Yeah.
prop for that photo shoot. So that huge gun in that photo, I made that by myself.
Ooh.
But yeah, they're like, yeah, just post it, just do it. But that's another prop that I'm very proud of. Her her shotgun, or not shotgun, her assault rifle.
Okay.
Yay! Another Nikkei shoot. So that one was with Ricardo. It was actually a trio collab with Kitsune Kisses, I believe, and then Cosplay Tay Tay. It was my first time working with both of them. They were very, very sweet. So this is Sakura from Nikkei, and then this is a very cute one
Hmm.
where she has a skin that came out, and for that storyline for that skin, she gets trapped with like the main character who's like the commander. She gets trapped with him in a little beach cave,
Ooh.
and she's like, "Please don't go back. I want to be here with ever for you."
Oh.
And I actually got to use my real hair for that one, so that one was nice. It
Oh,
was
that's
it
nice.
was very comfy. Yes.
Do you have trouble with wigs? I know some people like, what is it? Styling wigs are not really there. You're not very good at it. Are you? How are you with that?
I'm starting to get better. It's definitely it's a skill. I will say
Okay.
it's probably the hardest skill, if anything, to learn. I'm starting to learn how to do helmet wigs right now. So that's the process where you would take welts and you just cut off all the hair. You glue down batting so it's like a hardened type of helmet that's on your head, and then you glue all that hair back onto it. So
Okay.
I'm starting to learn that process right now. So that's like the definitely the hardest process to make a wig. But sometimes you get lucky and you get a wig that's fairly pre-styled or at least comes in good shape and you don't have to do a whole lot to it. Sometimes you get a wig that comes in and it looks like the worst thing in the world. You're like, "What character is this?" But yeah. It's definitely one of those things that make or break a cosplay, I'd say too.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's see what we got right here.
Cinnamon roll. So this was like a cinnamon roll slash maid crossover I kind of just thought up. Honestly, I don't know if it was inspired in any way. I think I saw the outfit online and I was
Mhm.
like, this is cute as heck. And I wanted to do like some Sanrio collab with it. So yeah, that was my first time painting my eyebrows white. I hope they
Oh,
look decent.
it worked. It worked. It turned out great. So no, you're fine.
Ah, thank you. Yeah, another photographer I work with pretty often here too. He also works with a lot of cosplayers.
Yeah,
I
I've noticed most of the photographers that you worked with, other people I've had on as guests have worked with them as well.
yeah.
So I don't know if they like they worked with them like that or they just follow
Mhm.
them. So, but it's interesting.
I do try to work with people that are like reputable. Like
Oh, that's fair.
if someone hits me up and they're like, "This is my first time ever shooting cosplay," I'm like, maybe unless I know them personally. I'm like,
That's fair.
just figure out your
That's
craft a little bit first,
yeah,
and then come back to
definitely.
me." Yeah.
And let's see. And
Yeah.
then last one here. I really like this one.
What is he? Aw, Sabrina.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody loves Sabrina from Gen 1
Oh
so
man.
much. Because there's so many skins of Sabrina too, but this one specifically from the anime, where she's like evil and she takes over a doll. Or, yeah. Yeah, she takes over a doll of herself in the anime. But I feel like that's the first time Pokemon got like kind of like adult in a sense. I don't know if you remember
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
part.
that episode was creepy.
It was creepy. You also got to meet her dad, and you didn't find out that the weird guy trying to follow her around and help her was her dad until the very end.
Yeah.
But this was a studio shoot at Orbit, and this was my first time I ever wore Sabrina. And then Sabrina just over time became one of my staples. So I do a lot of guesting at Pokemon conventions, and she's just always one that
Oh.
I always bring out because I love her so much, and it's comfortable. It's very comfortable. Whereas a lot of other cosplays I wear, it's overstimulating. There's a lot of accessories, or the wig hurts. Wig headaches are a big thing.
Yeah. You have
But yeah.
another one right here.
Yes, that one was from Poke Pokefest in San Antonio. That was my first time in San Antonio. And they did a very, very good job for like not having any good backdrops to work with. I was really surprised they did such a good job with the shoot.
Oh, it looks great.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yay.
Yeah. Love all those. Let
It's
me
so much fun
see.
recapping on all my shoots and everything.
um all right, guys. I believe that is where we will end this episode. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for
Yay.
coming on. Especially thank you to Evie for coming on. Very fun. Very much had a
Aw, thank
blast
you.
talking with you. Uh, so for those who are watching on YouTube, obviously, let me pull it up. Um, should be it right here. These are all the ways you can follow and support EB. But if they're listening like on YouTube, I'm sorry, like on Spotify, how can they follow and support you?
Yes, yeah. So my main platform that I post on is always going to be Instagram. That's definitely the one I'm on the most. Instagram, kind of on X a little bit, as well as TikTok once in a while. I do also have a Patreon and an OnlyFans, so it is 18 plus. Please don't hit me up if you're also not 18 plus.
Agreed.
I also have prints on coffee as well, but I'm looking to make my own website and just shift everything over
Oh,
to a website instead. So it's just a little bit easier to manage, and all my profiles are under one page. But yeah, most things are either under Ebby Island or Ebby's Island since my page got nuked. But if
oh.
you just look up like Ebby and then Island, it should be the first one to pop up regardless. But
Okay.
yeah, thank you so much. This was so much fun. I always love like geeking out and nerding out with people, especially when it comes to cosplay and anime.
Yeah, you know, I very much have fun having you on. I definitely need to plan to have you on. Maybe we'll find something on the gaming side to do. Definitely will take a look at that as well. And then as far as everything on my end, um, by the time you're watching this, I should have my review of season one of It. Welcome to Derry up. There is another um Nerd Talk episode coming out as well before this one. And then on the gaming channel right now, we are just pretty much hanging out, playing a few games, playing Telltale, Batman The Enemy Within, a few streams here and there. And then you can also find me on Twitch, Kick, and Rumble. All that, plus how to find EB, all that's going to be down in the description below. So definitely go and check it out. But guys, thank you again for hanging out. Thank you again for watching. And I
Thank
will see you all
you.
in the next one. Y'all have a good one.